Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 5th of August 2021 and the time now is 6:16 a.m. Well, today our topic is remembering our personal stories is very important. Share what happened when you were 11. Alright, so before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, so for today's topic, when we were 11, it was the 5th year in the primary school, and well, we call them primary five. And then, yeah, I would like to talk about my class teacher. And this class teacher actually um, is the same starting from primary four until primary six. And she was also the person that I talk about in the topic, which is talking about the guest dinner, is her. And then, yeah, firstly, uh, this teacher, she was quite serious and harsh uh, in the school. Yep, and then because she was the class teacher, so she actually taught us quite many subjects, and two of them I remember is mathematics, and then uh, the Chinese language. And then yeah, she was harsh, and then uh, she was like that starting from primary four. And then I think in primary five, I started to getting used to it. Yeah, and then sometimes I even enjoy the challenges she gave. Yeah, why I say that? Because uh, I think this is something related to the reward, uh, the reward in the book Atomic Habits. All right. So firstly, in primary five, I remember that I came top in the first semester. Yeah, and then I came third. I came third at the end of that year. So yeah, that was the best result I got in my primary school. Yeah, and also if you want to compare the rank, the class ranking, also it was the best in my primary school, also secondary school. Yep, and then at that time, actually I didn't study very hard. But one thing I can share is that I really paid 100% attention during during the class and especially during her class, because she was so harsh, and then she always arranged me to sit uh, uh, at the uh, at the first row. Yeah, and then which is the most front. One of the reason is I was one of the class monitor, and second, I think I don't know why she kind of uh, um, choosing a few students which she think uh, we are quite we were quite uh, how to say obedient, and then follow her instruction, and then she want to uh, let us practice more, something like that. Yep, and then because she taught us two or three subjects, I forgot. And then for those two subjects, I feel like I don't even have to something like do much revision before the exam. I can simply did it in the exam. It's just like writing out the answer easily in the exam. Yep. So yeah, that was also the time I feel exam wasn't that difficult. It was something like very easy, like simple exercise. I think this was kind of the reward, and then because I came third, that was also kind of sense of accomplishment, which I never had it before. And then next thing, in primary school, actually we had quite a lot of awards. Yeah, these awards uh, uh, is between the classes in the same level. I mean, let's say primary four students, yeah, they will compete with all primary four students. I mean the class, yeah, compete between classes. And then yeah, I remember that we have got those awards for example, awards for classroom cleanliness. Yeah, our classroom is always clean at that time, and then neat and tidy. The next award is the orderliness. For this one, uh, I'm not sure I used the correct term, orderliness. What I want to say is, in our class, we don't make noises even when the teacher isn't there. There are some noises, but not as big as other classes. And then when the teacher bring us to anywhere, let's say the class finish, and then she lead us to the front door, and then we walk out of the school. During that time, we line up and then we queue up. Uh, I can remember that that is really a straight line, just like the soldier, they queue up. It is very neat and tidy. Because she trained us before starting in primary four. Yeah, she's trained us to walk in a straight line and then to keep the same distance, something like that. Um, until primary five and primary six also, I still can remember whenever we line up, in starting from primary five, we don't feel like it's difficult because it's something like a habit already formed. Um, yeah, and then every time we got uh, almost every time we got the awards, and then I can remember it because I was one of the class monitor, and then during the weekly assembly, yeah, we need to go and take the awards on stage. Yeah, so I sometimes it's me, sometimes it's one of the other class monitor. Yep. So yeah, this is uh, one of it I want to mention, and then the next one is she was also the the person that taught me about the memory technique. She was the first one in my life. She taught us to use images and then to link the story together. Yeah, and then she asked us to memorize essays. Yeah, so um, yeah, she did that quite well. And then I remember that I remember the first day she introduced this technique to us, and then she kind of asking every student in the class, and then everybody actually did well on that day. So it means that she was quite successful in introducing this method to us, and then she also wanted us to apply this uh, uh, on memorizing things. Yep, and then so this is also kind of sense of accomplishment because we found that memorizing something is easier, and then we also did it. Next one, yeah, actually the next one is some many others examples. For example, um, we actually went to school early, yeah, early than other people, early than other friends in other classes, um, because this is what she hoped to see. And she went to school also quite early. The class, I forgot it. It seems like the class starts at 7:15 or 7 or 7:30. I forgot already. And she came to school before 7 also. So it was quite early for her. And then, but for me, I was even earlier. I I came to school at around 6:30 to 6:45. Yeah, in between this time. And then what she want us to do, she want us to clean the classroom. Yeah, so that's why we got the award for classroom cleanliness every time. We actually put in effort. And then she also want us to do one thing, which is to we have a study area in the school, and then that's basically a few chairs, and then a few bookshelves, and then there are some magazines, books on them. And then what she wants us to do is to go there and then to kind of tidy up the study area, to put a chair, uh, 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 put the chair to the correct place, and then put the book back onto the shelves, and then try to tidy them up, and then uh, so that every morning the tidy area will be clean. And yeah, that's actually not counted in the classroom cleanliness. But I think what she want to let us know is that kind of um, contributes ourselves to the public, something like that. Because also one time, not one time, uh, is for the whole year. She also asked us to help uh, some special classes to do the cleanings. That is the special class which we have some students. They have some problems. Either is maybe physical problems, physical disabilities, or not very serious one, or some mental problems, or some students that they really cannot catch up the pace of the class. Maybe they'll go into this class. That was the special class we call them. And then there are only one. There was only one special class. And then actually we helped them to wipe the windows, to sweep the floor, yeah, to tidy up also. Yep. And then at that time, firstly, we feel like it was something um, we don't like to do. We didn't like to do, and after that, that become a habit, and also uh, kind of have some mental rewards to ourselves, because I feel like we can get the class the award for class cleanliness, and even though we spend some of our time to do the cleaning for other classes, to tidy up the study area. This wasn't all of this was not counted. Yeah, and then we still can get it, and kind of we help other people. Yeah, I actually felt quite uh, happy after that. Yep, and then the last thing is I still can remember. We need to say good morning to this teacher. Yeah, every morning when we first saw her. Yeah, and first in the first year when we didn't do that, and she will kind of remind us, and then because we all scared of her, and then we follow, and then at the starting from the second year, we all automatically will greet her in the morning. Yeah, and then for this one it was quite uh, interesting. And then for this, she was the only teacher who want us to did this. uh, in my life. And then the second person I met, which also required us to do this, is one of my previous employer. I work in my friend's uh, father's company. That was a sticker factory. They are a manufacturer. They produce uh, the stickers. Yep, and then one of the boss, that wasn't my friend's father, that was his uncle. And that was when I was uh, 19 or 20. Yeah, and then I worked in his company, and then this boss also was quite different. He can maintain a good interpersonal relationship with his employee, and at the same time his employee also respect him, even for worker those foreign worker also will greet him in the early morning, say good morning boss, something like that. So I remember that a few times I forgot to do so, and he told me that you didn't say good morning to me. Yeah, and it's something like in a very friendly way, or I think it's not friendly, it is something like in funny or amusing way. And sometimes he also treat me some breakfast or some snacks. Yeah, in the morning he said he bought it from his friends. He want to support his friends, and he couldn't eat so much. Sometimes it's nasi lemak, sometimes it's kind of noodles. Yeah, that was he was a boss that I have quite a good impression. All right, so these are my sharings today.
You want to draw a conclusion, lessons from the story. What the conclusion or lesson will you draw?
Okay, for today's one, I think um yeah the um um it's something like we try hard and then we get the return, and that is the rewards. And then once we got the rewards, and uh maybe we are willing to take challenges, we take it more confidently.
You miss a no pain, no gain?
No pain no gain. No pain no gain. Yeah, you can say that.
Hmm. But besides of no pain, no gain, I mean, it seems like it's not the best uh proverb to describe this, right? Because you think quite long time.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I think this is something like uh we do it a little by a little, and then after a longer time we started to harvest. We started to have good return, and then because we are still doing that, that is already a habit, and we keep getting the good return at that time. And I also remember that at that time, uh, I can easily get how many is I think it's 6A 1B in UPSR. Really easily. We didn't study hard or what.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good cycle at that time, I think.
Hmm. Okay. So about my story, I would like to talk about one story in my tuition center. And informed by most of my friends who I met in the tuition center already left, including including my technically including my first love. Yeah. So, and when I go to the tuition center, I cannot find one person who is really really good with me in relationship. Yeah, and also at that time I feel very upset because my first love job just left me. Mm. Not left me, but left the tuition center. So I couldn't see her anymore.
Yeah.
And so when the first time I go into I go into the classroom in the tuition center, and then I saw where is the seat, the seat, and I means where is the I means what seat I can take. Mm. So and then I walk to the behind, and then there's a guy sit. Uh, okay, and the table is allowed two people to sit. So one table is allowed two people uh
Sit
to sit
together.
to sit together, and one another guy is the guy greater than me in age. So he is primary six, I'm primary five at that time, and he's a person that many people, including me, including teacher, think he is he's not a good student. Yeah, so he is like can be considered like the bad students, don't like to follow teacher instructions, mm, trick other trick other students, not that good, and also mm, quite independent. And independent is not a good terms at that time.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah, and then he's quite strong. I mean, in body, so people uh don't like to mm, be with her. Be with him close because they worry.
Mm.
Mm. And he also not the person that's very talky. Mm. And I don't know why I want to sit with him. Mm. And after and initially we don't talk to each other.
Yeah.
He did his thing. I did my thing. Mm. And but I also don't like to follow teacher instructions. And it actually makes the teacher think that is the is the bad student. So I call it A. Okay. Yeah, I call it A. I actually forget his name. So the tuition teacher always think that is is the A. Teach me. Yeah, teach me to do this. Mm. So so teacher have a worse impression on this student. Yeah, on the A, and she don't mind that. I also don't mind it. So yeah, but after some times I kind of like know more, know him more and understand him more, and he also talk to me sometimes, and I can see him always drawing something, yeah, on his textbook or on his mm, like the notebook. He's not doing his homework. He is drawing something on his notebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe he's going to submit his drawing to the teacher when the teacher asks him to submit the homework.
Yeah.
And he really liked drawing. And also he's talented. I can say this. And yeah, he draw uh Yeah, he draws really good. And I gave him a praiser, and he also liked that. Maybe it's since from that time. Mm, and we have a chat. We have a chat quite often, and
Mm.
I also know him deeply, and I found that actually this is not a bad guy. Mm, this is a very good, something like a big brother.
Mm.
Mm, yeah. But if you don't recognize him, and if you don't know him, he will treat you badly. And just
Mm.
like and when other people uh like one of my technically it's not a friend, but it is a person I know.
Mm.
So we call it B. Let's say I remember there's one time the B come to us in the classroom, and then he tells something to me and make me feel a little bit unhappy. And then this big brother mm, uh see us have a talk, and then he also see I feel a little bit unhappy, so it's something like uh threaten something like threaten the B.
Mm.
So the bee scared, and then he walked away.
Yeah.
Mm. So this the A is a person's mm, can be considered best student out from other people point of view, but not
Mm.
from but not from my eyes. Mm. Yeah, I think he's a good guy. Mm. And he's quite gentle. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, and yeah, I forget how many months I sit together with him. I think it's just about 3 months or 4 months, and then he he also left the uh he also he also left the tuition center.
Mm.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my story.
Mm. Yeah. For that tuition center, uh you you went there once a week or a few days a week?
Every day.
Oh, every day.
Yeah,
Mm.
every day
No wonder.
yeah after the school.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's a there's a when fetch fetch us to the tuition center.
Mm. Yeah, because I can feel like this kind of relationship dealing with people uh, wouldn't be so strong if that was only kind of once per week. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Um, yeah. So after this, did you kind of uh, to learn what he did and then become become somebody that can also protect some other people?
No. Yeah. Mm.
Mm. Yep. All right. Yeah. That's all for mine.
Okay. So that's all for our today conversations. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversation. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocabulary mistake that we made, please also comment to let us know. Because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like and subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.